Greetings and welcome back to LA Quill, the place where we dive deep into the art, the craft, and the alchemy of storytelling. Today we're talking about something that tends to make every English teacher in the world clutch their pearls: breaking the rules of grammar. Specifically, we're going to look at when and why fiction writers, especially novelists, can and should bend, twist, and sometimes outright shatter the rules we were all taught in school. Because the truth is, while grammar keeps language structured, story breathes life into it. And sometimes, to sound human, your writing has to break just a few rules. We all grew up hearing the same warnings: write in complete sentences, never end a sentence with a preposition, don't start with and or but. Those rules are drilled into us early on, and for good reason. They help build clarity and precision, especially in academic or professional writing. But here's the thing: you're not writing a research paper. I've written plenty in my time, and this isn't it. You're writing a world. Fiction isn't about perfection, it's about immersion. And readers don't fall in love with a story because every comma is in the right place. They fall in love because the words feel real. Let's start with the humble sentence fragment, the rule breaker that lives in every good writer's toolkit. You're probably told fragments are bad when you're in school. Incomplete. Wrong. But let's be honest, people don't think in perfect sentences, do they? You're probably not thinking in perfect sentences right now. We think in flashes, in bursts, in incomplete ideas. A single image or a single word can be the entirety of the thought. When you're writing a novel, especially in a deep point of view, these fragments bring you closer to your character's consciousness. They mimic thought. They create rhythm. Here's the key: use them with intention. A novel written entirely in fragments would be exhausting, but when used strategically, they add texture. They make the prose breathe. Think of them as musical phrasing. Grammar is important, yes, I won't deny that. But grammar just gives you the sheet music. Fragments let you improvise. Now let's tackle one of the most persistent myths: that you should never end a sentence in a preposition. Not ever, don't do it. But I hate to break it to you. That rule is less about English and more about Latin. English evolved differently. Ending a sentence with, for example, or for, or to isn't bad grammar, it's natural speech. We all do it. So your writing is probably going to do it too. If your character says, "That's something I can't put up with," you're fine. It sounds like natural speech, something you or I might say. If instead you write, "That's something up with which I cannot put," your readers will think your character was possessed by a Victorian ghost. If that's the plan, then you're fine. Maybe your character was possessed by a Victorian ghost. If not, you have a problem. Little one that needs attention. In fiction, dialogue and narration both rely on flow, and flow is driven by how people actually speak and think. When you follow the strict old-school grammar rules to the letter, you risk writing dialogue that sounds robotic. It's grammatically correct, sure, but it's not alive, it's not engaging, it's not fun. Here's the real question to ask yourself: what serves the story? Grammar is a framework. It's like scaffolding. It keeps sentences standing. But story is about movement, emotion, rhythm. Sometimes that means coloring outside the lines. If breaking a rule helps your reader feel something more deeply, do it. If a perfectly grammatical sentence sounds sterile and unnatural, well, let's break the rules. Good writing isn't law-abiding. It's effective. And effective writing means your reader forgets they're reading at all. That's the magic. When the words disappear and all that's left is experience. So no, you shouldn't write an entire book composed of sentence fragments. And yes, grammar rules still matter, and you should know the basics of grammar before you go breaking all the rules. Readers need enough structure to follow along. You can't go completely off the wall. But creative writing is called creative for a reason. It's a space where language bends toward emotion, not formality. Every writer, from Tolkien to Le Guin to modern fantasy authors, has their own rhythm. Some weave long lyrical sentences that feel like spells. Others write short, sharp lines that hit like arrows. Both are right, both are powerful, because both serve their respective stories. Your job isn't to obey grammar, it's to command it. To know the rules so well that when you break them, you're doing it on purpose. Because that's not bad writing, that's artistry. So, quick rule of thumb. Learn the rules before you break them. Breaking grammar out of ignorance creates confusion. Breaking it out of mastery creates voice. Ask what your reader hears. If it sounds authentic, if it flows, if it keeps them in the story, then it's right, even if it makes your English teacher faint. Okay? It's okay. And balance clarity with character. The goal isn't to write grammatically perfect fiction. It's to write fiction that feels human. So yes, use fragments. End sentences with prepositions. Begin with and if it makes sense. Speak the language of your story, not your grammar textbook. And that's our tale from LA Quill today. What about you? What grammar rule do you love breaking the most and why? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you shape your voice through defiance. Until next time, may your stories always be magical.